This is the last session of the block. 12 weeks has finally culminated to today. So that's fucking cool. Feel pretty good today. Some residual soreness as expected. And we got some 40s on the menu today in the form of flies. So that'll be fun. We're gonna start with a couple accelerations between that 20 and 30 yard line. And yeah, then we'll get right into business. So we got a few shorter flies before we get to the 40s. But basically it's just a free sprint day today. And then we got some low hurdles that we're gonna do after. And then tomorrow we'll finish up with some weights. I contemplated doing it today anyway because it's just the last day, but I did want to train tomorrow. And I don't really want to do conditioning because my conditioning is about to get really hard. So I kind of just want to not think about it, you know what I mean? But anyway, we're gonna do a couple excels and then get to the fun stuff and then we'll be done. So today won't be too long. And it's nice out too, it's hot, but you know, weather's not crazy, so. So I said 20 to 30, so you're looking at that, what, 1, 2, third to fourth cone out there, including this one that's right next to me. It's always a good feeling when the first one feels really smooth. It's 2 sets of 20s. So it's a 10-yard buildup into a 10-yard fly. And kind of regardless of how today goes, I'm already satisfied. As y'all saw, we ran a 4.5 with my most accurate version of timing. So with that being said, that's a 0.3 second, 0.4 second improvement over last year. Almost a whole half second without training for it specifically. Like, cause literally this is the only block I do out of the year where I'm specifically training to get faster. The rest of the year is really just dedicated to like meathead shit. I want my squat, bench, and deadlift to go up. I do some overhead stuff. I do very traditional conditioning in terms of high intensity intervals and then steady state. And it's not a lot. So I mean, like, almost a half second is insane. And I'm sure my technique still sucks. So I mean, there's probably major improvements to still be made. So I'm very happy. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the 220s. Stopwatch in hand, we're just gonna kind of see where we end up. Yeah, 2.69, if you guys can hear me. 2.69, so again, if you were to maintain that speed, if not even pick it up a little bit, 4.6 by the time you finish. Which I'm telling you, like, I'm happy with that, man. Because like I was telling my wife earlier today, like, I'm not overly concerned with consistently trying to beat my 40-yard time. I mean, I don't really care that much. You know what I mean? As long as I age and I'm staying under 5 seconds, I'm fucking happy, dude. I'm fucking happy with that. So with that being said, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna try. You know what I mean? I know some people think it automatically means, oh, he just doesn't care, so he's not gonna try. No, I mean, I just don't care to make every little microscopic improvement. I focus on the big things that matter the easy stuff to track, and then I just train, and I train hard. Done deal. .63, so we shaved about a half second off, which is huge. All right, this is the stuff that matters. I mean, technically it all matters, but this is the stuff that I really care about, the 40s. Now, as opposed to Tuesday, where we just said, hey, here's fucking 40, get after it. This is on purpose a 20-yard buildup. So I am trying to accelerate as hard as possible until I reach that second cone, or third cone, technically. So with that in mind, it kind of gives you like a mental boost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, keep accelerating, you ain't fucking done. You know what I mean? So we'll kind of see how it feels. And I might just keep it that way, or I might cut it down to 15. I haven't really decided yet, but normal me just sticks to the plan. So 20-yard build-up, 20-yard fly. And yeah, we'll see what we get. Yeah, as long as I can probably average like a 4.6 across the board, I mean, I'm fucking super happy about that. But just like Tuesday, you'll probably have a few runs where like you're potentiated, and all of a sudden you have that fluke where you run like a 4.5 and it's like, what the fuck? So we'll kind of see. Anyway, let's do the first one at least. We got 4 of them. I don't know if I said that either. We got 4 of them. So if we do potentiate, it's going to be on 2 or 3. I doubt we'll potentiate on 4. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I'm having a real hard time believing what's on my watch right now. I don't want to fuck with it because it's perfect. And this is with the updated timing, FYI. I get my forward chin angle and I hit start as soon as I go to lift my leg. And then again, I wait until I see the last cone in my peripheral right behind me and I stop. We are sitting at 4.35 on rep 1. Like I said, I want speed dates because it's hard to believe this shit, but goddamn if that does not feel good, man. I don't know if y'all care. I don't even know if y'all can see that because I got my polarized lenses on, but 4.35. Let's fucking go, dude. All right, guys. Rep number 2. Again, I'm taking full recovery through these things. Make sure we're running as fast as possible for each one. See if we can do it again. Oh. So that's 2 under 4.5. I purposely started a little early that time, to watch that is, because I couldn't believe it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start a little bit earlier, see if I can get pretty close still. Thinking, you know, maybe it's like a half second too early, to where that 4.35 is actually 4.85. You know what I mean? I started a little bit earlier, and we still came out at 4.43. Fucking cooking today, bro. It's as easy as it is. Let's go, 2 more. .46. Oh, 4.46. Still maintaining that speed of rep 2, because the timing is the same. Timing is the same. So either the first one, I started a little early, which gave us that 0.1 advantage, or I was already potentiated. That was rep 1. Now 2 and 3, you're seeing the fatigue. 4 will probably be a little bit slower. But again, I'm taking full recovery to keep that average low. And so far, we're below 4.5 on all 3. So let's try it, lock it the fuck in for 1 more. Keep it below 4.5. And this will be the best sprint block I've ever had. And that's saying a lot. Let's go. Starting to feel it now. You know, like the total body fatigue starting to kick in a little bit, which thankfully it kicked in on the last one and not, you know, 3 runs ago. Everything's been under 4.5. Let's do it again. Oh. Oh. Dude, imagine being a whole like 0.13 faster. And that's super fast. She's just right in front of me. You know what I mean? Dude, you can see chunks of the field that I've been ripping out here. That's good. At least I think it is. It means I'm generating enough power, or at least a shit ton. That's good. That feels really good. So in case you guys didn't hear me, we matched to the first rep at 435. So we had 2 4-4s sandwich between 2 4-3s. That's huge. That's actually huge. Good job. We got low hurdles, which we're not doing too many, but I'll film a set for you guys so you can see what that looks like. And then we'll be done. We'll go lift tomorrow, finish everything up. Great job. And if you guys don't believe me, again, I don't know if you can see it. 435 on there. Try and tilt it around a little bit so you guys can see it, but hell yeah. There's the first one here. I won't bother recording the second one because who cares? Low hurdles. So all it is just knees to hip instead of knees to chest. We're doing 2 sets of 2, 10 hurdles. Welcome back. This is part 2 of yesterday's workout, right? Because we didn't lift yesterday. We did the 40s, which went extremely well. And then we came home, showered, went about our day. We're picking up the lifting today. So this will be obviously a pretty short session in my perspective. I'm just gonna edit all this crap together into the same video for you guys. So anyway, we just finished our basic warm-up. So now I'm getting into the usual prehab stuff that we do. So I'm gonna start with the banded TKE. Again, we have that singular black band behind the back of the knee. I'm gonna step back a little further. We got 15 reps here. So a little mini step down. And 15. Let's swap legs here. Right, and then we're getting into our expanded walks. This is all gonna be in one shot here. We're just gonna keep the tape rolling. Scoot that back just a little bit. With the expanded walk, I'm literally just doing back and forth steps here, keeping tension on the band. 3, I believe. Ooh, lighting my hips on fire already. One more. Whew. Now we're moving into skater hops. So just a more dynamic version of what we just did. Ooh, legs are sore too. All right, awesome. Now we're gonna move into hang cleans. Nothing fancy. Let's set the straps up. I don't remember what the rep prescription is, but I'll check that out and then we'll get moving. I do know I have dialed everything back a little bit in terms of intensity, and not really because I need it, just because I knew I was gonna be sore today. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so I lied. It is up to 8 sets of 2, up from 7 last week. So I do remember 135 wasn't too bad. So I think probably what I'm gonna do is, based on how it feels today, either ride 135 for like half of those sets, so like the first 4, and then do 145 for the remaining 4, or I might just do 145 for all 8. I haven't really decided, to be honest with you, but like we do every time we come out here, just gonna go by how it feels. So we're gonna start with the bar. I'll do a jump to 95, and then I'll just jump straight to 135, and then ride that. So 8 sets of 2, 16 total reps. Same deal, nothing changed. Hang clean. Ugh. There we go. That was like the first one that felt right. All right, we'll slap some weight on there. You immediately go into it again. First of 8, most likely, because I don't know if I can do 145 for all 8 sets. I mean, I'll try, but I don't know. Well, we'll kind of base off how the first couple feel, but I think this will be fine. I didn't feel too bad. All right, guys, this is set 5 right here, and we just went up to 145. Everything feels fine. I feel like I just don't have the triple extension to get more weight up. I feel like I'm almost like entirely upper body. Ugh. All right, guys, quarter squats. Y'all know the drill. We hit a top single last week, so now I'm trying to add reps because obviously my technique has improved, oddly enough, on quarter squats. You know, technique's improved. I've gotten comfortable with kind of how it should feel and kind of the cues that I need to do to execute it properly. So with that being said, now we're going to try and work back up to that single at 315 and then add reps, which I think I'll be able to do. So I'm doing sets of 3, and if we can go above 315, fucking sick, I'll take it. And then single leg squats, our little pendulum home gym version, and then the ab stuff at the end, and we're all done, man. So it should be super straightforward. So 135 on the bar right now. Let's get to it. Definitely feeling some joint soreness from yesterday. The knees, the ankles, everything is so sore. Ugh. Getting really excited. Can't wait to deload. I'm gonna feel really good after the deload. And then getting into that conjugate block is gonna feel fucking awesome. I'm excited to hit some 1RMs. And I've been gunning for a 500-pound deadlift on conventional for a long time. I could just never get it. Closest I've gotten was like 490. And I just, dude, it's just so hard. And obviously I've been working on my technique, you know, trying to optimize my conventional for a long time. And I think this block, maybe not this one that's coming up, although that would be fucking sick. But I think this year I have 500 at a conventional. I'm pretty sure, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm just thinking ahead. We need to just focus on today. I am trying to get that like launching effect, that lockout. So it's feeling pretty good. We're gonna load 315. Again, I'm not trying to go too low, which is so difficult to do, by the way. It feels so unnatural. I'm just trying really hard to get that full extension and just have the bar kind of launch off my back a bit. So 2 more of those. One more. Hopefully it doesn't start raining while I'm recording. I mean, it is raining, but hopefully it doesn't get the camera. Let's hurry up. I'm in a rush. Before the rain comes, let's go. It's funny, the descent actually feels easy. Like as I'm descending down, I'm like, oh, I kind of just want to sink it every time. All right, come on inside. Come on inside. All right. The home gym pendulum squat, single leg. We're gonna be doing 3x10. So reduction in some reps, but just as difficult. Make sure I'm lined up here. Losing my balance. because we have that reduction in volume, I am adding a little bit of a pause. Oh. 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 Ooh. Buddy. You know, it's funny, I did that first set and I didn't even care to check the frame to make sure that I'm not completely off screen, which it doesn't look like I am. But I was like, damn, I need to start checking that before I just hop right into it. Oh. 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 Whew. Oh. Oh. One more. Now, one thing I thought about doing was holding weight in one hand here. I might do that. Since I won't be doing these for a while, I kind of just want to try. Nothing crazy. Just a 10. We'll do right leg first. I'll probably keep it on right side. That makes the most sense, in my opinion. We'll see if I can hold on with just one hand. Sliding a little bit. Maybe if I go up here. Not too bad. It's just a 10. Not too bad. Ooh. God damn. TRX Bird Dog into the oblique crunches over there. We're gonna use the 10-pound dumbbell because I think it's what we used last time, pretty sure. Get our reps in. Here, this is just staying the same because hard enough as it is. All right, knees are up. We got 10. I know, I'm procrastinating. Shut up. Woo. My music stopped for some reason. Why? Why did you stop? Okay. 10-pound dumbbell. I'm gonna aim for 15 of these motherfuckers. Big stretch. Oh. Number 15. Easy peasy. Woo. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Oh. Oh. Whew. Well, fell off of there. One more. All right, last one. We're all done. Whew. Oh, buddy. Oh. Oh. Nice. Sure don't crack my head on my barbell. I still hit my head on the ring. All right, here we go. Wow. Block's over, man. Fucking finally, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, block's over. It was a good one. There were definitely some pros to doubling up the field and lower body weight training for sure. That's probably the one variable that stood out the most. And I think it did pay off, but some of those days I was so busy that it either threw the training session off or it threw work off. And caused me to like pile up extra work on other days to get it all done. So I mean, some of those sessions took 3 hours, dude, with everything going on. And I like that because, I like training. Um, but I think some of those days it was just a slog to get through because it was just one thing after another. And I know some people are probably thinking like, you could have just trimmed it and not done as much. But the thing is like, I made pretty insane progress. And I don't think it's entirely because of this block. I'm sure my training throughout the year, getting stronger at, the big three and obviously getting stupid strong at things like RDLs and single leg work, of course, made me faster, indirectly. But it's hard to look at everything that we did and honestly be like, was any of this not necessary? I mean, realistically, because I did that several times throughout the block. You know, I told you guys that I would, before I started a new phase, I would look at it and be like, is all of this necessary? I definitely had some second thoughts about some of the stuff on there for sure, but I could always validate why it's in there. You know what I mean? And you hear that counter argument a lot for program design, was that being, if you look at an exercise or a thing that you're doing, can you provide a reason why it's in there? And that reason also makes sense. Because sometimes people do have a reason, but that reason is fucking stupid. So sometimes it'd be like that. But I think, in my own defense, when I looked over those phases, there were some second thoughts about stuff, but I could always reasonably validate the thing being in there or remaining in there. So with that being said, I feel like the block was a success. It did its job. I got faster. I didn't get hurt. I feel good. I mean, realistically, what more could you ask for? You didn't get hurt and you improved. Sounds great to me. So we deload next week, which I'm contemplating filming it. I mean, I don't think I will. I think I'll give myself a break, because a little secret between you and me, you guys are behind. So I'm filming this right now, and you guys are 2 weeks behind. And part of that was technical difficulties. I fucked up like the first week of filming with all sorts of shit. So you guys didn't even get to see that week of training. And so that pushed everything back 2 weeks. So like I said, you guys are still watching week 10 when I'm recording this. So when you guys see this, I'm already, well, if I don't put out the deload, which I probably won't for this case. So when you guys see this video, I will already be 1 week into my conjugate block, which is better than 2 weeks. So, but it also gives me some leeway in case I do have technical difficulties or I miss a training session because I'm sick or whatever. I can still put out footage. So I probably won't film the deload, mostly because who gives a shit. But secondly, it'll give me a chance to catch up or catch you guys up to where I'm at. So that'll probably be the deal. I know we're going on 8 minutes here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short, but or cut it right now. But I feel good. Block was a huge success. Again, we went from 4.9 average on 40-yard dashes last year to averaging just below 4.5. Yesterday, we ran 440s, all getting below 4.5. It was like 4.4, 4.44, 4.45, 4.46. We had a couple 4.35s in there, which is fucking awesome. So, I mean, just absolutely huge progress, dude. So, I don't have anything else to report on. You guys will see the rest of the block. I'm going to deload next week, try to recover as much as possible, and then we get into the fun stuff. Let's fucking go, dude. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.